Hello everybody, this is Mystic Jen. I am here with a reading that I do have available in my Etsy shop. What I'm doing today is I'm going through each sign. We all know that Chiron is moving into Aries, and the more research I did, I think it depends on what part of the world as to exactly what day. So we will say today's the April 15th, so probably 16th, 17th, and 18th, somewhere around in there, actually. I thought it was going to be May 8th, but it depends on where you live. But again, Chiron's getting ready to move into Aries. Chiron is actually called the Wounded Healer. It represents wounds and hurts and disappointments that you experienced early in life. And then when Chiron is moving into Aries, um, Aries is um, it is it means that it's time to face those wounds. It's time to face up to disappointments that you've had early in life. A lot of them stem from, or I should say most of them stem from childhood. And that's coming back around, and it's time to face them now. And you have to find your ways around how are you going to heal yourself. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So this is like something really huge. This is going to affect every single sign of the zodiac. It is the beginning of a cycle. It's made its way all the way through all the 12 signs. Now it's going to start again. It makes it all the way through every 50 years, up on average. It has an irregular orbit, so it could be 2 or 3 years in one sign, and then 8 or 9 years in another. I believe it's going to be in Aries for 8 years. And it's anybody that was born between 1968 and 1977. They're going to be experiencing their Chiron solar return. So those people are really going to be hit. It's really going to hit them hard in their natal house where Chiron resides. So whatever area of life that is in your chart, that's really going to hit you too. Now, it's going to hit you in where your sun sign is, where your own personal Chiron is, and where it's transiting. Okay. Now, I am using the Healing Light Tarot. I felt drawn to this deck because it's about healing. It's a healing and light, and that's what Chiron is about. Chiron is about healing those old wounds. Okay, and how I'm going to do this is I'm going to go through each one of the signs to let you know what house it is affecting. Okay, at this moment in time. And this is, again, a general reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. However, I do have a tarot reading set up in my Etsy shop right now for Chiron and Aries. That if you want to know a deeper knowledge of exactly what this transit means to you, I will, you can order that reading from me. It's a minimum of 10 cards. And this is probably the biggest transit of the whole entire year. April was the most active and most profound month of this year, of 2018 as well. But we had a lot. We had Mercury retrograde and then going direct today. We had issues with Mars and all kinds of stuff going on. But the biggie is Chiron going into Aries. And everybody's going to feel it in some way, shape, or form. Okay, and this is a profound, this could be a life changer For a lot of us, it's going to be a life-changing transit. And it's going to stay in Aries for, I believe it's around 8 years. So, and depending on what degree Chiron is in your chart, the closer it gets to you, the stronger it's going to be. That's why it's like people from 1968 to 1977 is really going to feel it the most. Other people are going to feel it as well. I know that Chiron is very early in degrees for me. Actually, I'm having my Chiron return right now. And it's going to still affect me. It hit me in Pisces. My Chiron was like 29 degrees Pisces, and I have like an exact return right now in Pisces. So, but it's entering Aries, and I'm still going to feel the effects of Chiron for probably another year or two. Okay. I probably going to feel it, and that's why I would explain why I've been feeling it a good bit the past year. So it's a significant. You could probably feel the effects for a couple years even. This is a long-term effect. Okay, but we're going to start out with Aries itself, the first sign of the zodiac. I've got some notes here. Aries is going to be in your first house, the house of self. Okay, it's going to be like, it's about self. You're going to be going through a period of self-discovery. Early in your childhood, you may have had restrictions upon you of some people, other people, parents, siblings trying to mold you into someone who you really weren't, and it caused you to retreat into yourself. So we're going to see. I'm going to pull a couple cards to see how Chiron's going to affect you now. Okay, and okay, actually 3 cards popped out, so we're going to go with all of these. Okay, we have the Devil, which I'm not surprised that this card would come up. Okay, the Devil is about being restricted. Okay, it's about temptations, restrictions, being bound to the physical. Okay, it's being trapped. So this is probably representing your early childhood. And the 7 of Pentacles are the seeds being planted, but it takes a long time for them to grow. Okay, and it's been taking years and years and years. I'm seeing somebody who is searching. There is the bright healing light up here. Somebody searching, trying to find themselves. They've planted seeds and cultivated seeds all along. But they're pointing like maybe they found something. Okay, and we have the King of Cups, somebody who's always been in control of his emotions. He's somebody who is very passionate, and it also represents healing. There's all these hands down here. I feel like helping hands to help you along. And the cup here, there's a light radiating out of that cup. And I am feeling as your light finally being able to shine. This is going to be a period of self-discovery, just like the definition of what's supposed to happen to Aries, astrologically. Maybe finally finding yourself and coming to maturity in who you are. Okay. And we're going to pull, I'm going to put these cards back. And shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And we're going to pull for Taurus. You Taurus people, Chiron is going to hit your 12th house. The 12th house is things that are hidden. It's the mystical, secrets. Okay. Feels like that, like probably when you were a child, you had nervous tensions. you probably, because, and that which is probably caused by close family members. And it says also that you are very psychic and you shouldn't be closing it off. The 12th house is also about the psychic abilities. It's about past lives. You might have some past life karma. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. For Taurus, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is victory, conquering your childhood. You're conquering the memories that you have that maybe weren't so great. It is also about truth. Truth being told. Things that were hidden or kept secret. Chiron's going to bring them out. Whether somebody's keeping a secret from you, or if you're holding secrets, Chiron's going to bring those secrets out. And it's going to be probably going to start in the next few days. Next week's going to be a big week also for secrets. Okay? And we have the Four of Wands. So, once the truth is out, and you conquer all those hidden agendas, all those secrets, and you deal with them, it's going to restore. It's going to heal your home. It's going to restore your family life. Okay? So, I'm feeling this 12th house Chiron is actually the truth coming out, and to allow healing to finally begin and maybe have a firm foundation and a solid foundation. Okay. And we are going to do Gemini. Gemini, Chiron is hitting your 11th house. 11th is growing up. You probably felt different than other people. And maybe as a result, you experienced rejection by your peers, your classmates. Maybe you were the odd one out of the group. And in adult life, you're not very comfortable in large groups. Okay? And we're going to see how Chiron is going to... Okay. Okay, we have the moon. The moon is about illusions. The moon is about things... the illumination of the moon finally brings some things to light. But it could be about deception. And the crawfish or the lobster coming out of the water, it's translucent, so it's not seen yet, but it's about things being revealed to you. And it is associated with water. And there is the unknown out here. So the illusions part, what I'm feeling is this is you, as you're growing up, you appear different in some way, shape, or form. And gave an illusion to other people of something that maybe you really weren't. And you've had to stand up for yourself a lot. You had everybody, I feel like you may have been bullied. I feel like you were bullied growing up by your peers. And the moon is saying it's time to illuminate that. The moon is about facing your fears and facing the darker side. And you have to face this, the bullying that you experienced growing up, and your fear of large groups now, to get past this. Chiron's here to heal those wounds. Okay? Okay, and Cancer. Chiron's hitting your 10th house. And it feels like during your childhood you also experienced rejection. I think probably because of maybe because of religious beliefs. It feels like that you never could measure up. That you always seemed like you were always trying to prove your self-worth. And you're now obsessed over status. Status is everything to you. And if you don't have that status, you feel like you're not worth anything. And Chiron is here to heal that too. It seems like maybe with your parents you were constantly having to try to prove yourself. Maybe you had siblings that appeared to always be better than you. Oh, he's better at sports than me. He's better at this and that at me. And there's 2 cards that want to come out here. So you're getting 3 cards. Okay. We have the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is a lot of heartbreak. It feels like that you, through the years, the rejection just pierced right through the center of your heart. And it seems like different relationships that you got involved with, somebody was always out there and feels like they were hurting you. And to get acceptance, okay, you ended up with an emperor-like attitude, or you ended up with somebody, or your relationships were like people overpowering you, people domineering you, people laying down the law and telling you these are the rules, you have to follow them. You weren't allowed to be yourself, and they really made you feel like you had no self-worth. The 2 of Cups is here for you. This is stating that how Chiron is going to heal is it's going to bring both of those sides of you together again, the dark side and the light. You are going to have to face all those past relationship issues that you've had over the years and what you've seen growing up. I feel like you've seen some things that weren't too pleasant as well. And it's about finally bringing harmony. It's going to bring harmony, but it's not going to be an easy road. All those memories are going to come back to the surface. Healing's not always easy, especially when it has to do with your early years in life, childhood memories. But it is the 2 of Cups is friends. I'm feeling like strong friendship coming to you to help you bring this out. And it feels like I'm being drawn to this lion head. Your true power. Power is going to be restored to you. Okay. Then we have Leo. Leo hits the 9th house. 9th house of spiritual belief systems. And it feels like growing up you weren't able to, you believed what you were told you have to believe in. You may have had your own ideas, but you were not able to express them. Okay. We have the 2 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. Feels like that growing up you had a really tough time. You closed yourself off as a protection because you had a lot of anxiety growing up, of feeling like maybe your childhood wasn't very stable. And this is like a battle within the mind. And you're trying to rationalize everything out that you were taught to believe in. And you weren't free to express yourself. It causes depression and anxiety. And Chiron is here to help you finally break free of that. To help you stop closing yourself off. To open up. And it's telling you now, yes, now is the time. And I just felt to pull another card. I didn't look, and it came up as a Queen of Cups. You have tremendous healing in your hands. You offer your cup up for those who want to partake, and there's a light shining from it, and you're radiant and psychic. I'm feeling healing here. Healing of yourself and helping others to heal as well. Okay. So put these cards back. Okay. And next we have Virgo. Virgo in the 8th house of losses. Our 8th house feels like you've went through losses, through death of close people, but then gains through births of others. Your personal desires are very important to you. Your personal desires come above all else. And the first card that I have here is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is telling me of grabbing what you can and running with it. It's your personal desires, what you want. Maybe you're not getting everything that you wanted in life. And it feels like maybe as a child, these are your gains and these are your losses. Leaving people behind, leaving loved ones behind. And that ones have gone up into the light. And you try to hold on to what is dear and dear to you, your personal desires. I am feeling that there's a lot of emotions involved here. Okay. And Hierophant is personal belief system. Hierophant is what you were told that you had to believe in. And this is going for what you believe. Okay? It is standing up. This is, the Hierophant could be rigid though. So, Chiron is going to get rid of that rigid. It's going to make you face that rigid. And I feel like there's the keys to a spiritual awakening here. Well, this is going to be part 1. I'm going to do the rest in part 2.